Hey, it's Monday, and I am under a gun that I am holding to myself to complete a painting. A painting that I'm loving is already so successful, okay? This is what, I have a best friend back home, and let me see, I had two best friends back home that really inspired me to go do this. Now, my friend Lonnie, my very best friend in the world, we grew up like 4 houses away from each other or something, and our family, anyway, whatever. It's Lonnie, and he and I are best buds. We talk every day, and he has commissioned so many beautiful paintings by me. Not because he's like, oh, I want to get those paintings before you die so that they'll be worth money. But because he's impressed with what I do, and we like to interact, and then I like to give him what he has asked me for. I think I surprised him the first few times, like when I was a young professional in Lexington on the side. I might like paint something and go, there you go, like that. Maybe if we were like high or something, I would paint. Okay, I'm telling you secrets. Anyway, no highness. I am not your royal highness for 37 years, okay? No highness here. Anyway, this is probably the last painting that I'll do for Lonnie, just because something else has got to be around the bend for me. And he has, well, hey, he bought a new car. He can't be commissioning 16 paintings a year from anybody anymore. He's a normal, good person. And it'd be a bit much for me to expect anything after this. But you know what? I'm showing this because you know what? I can do this shit for you too. I can. I'll be real honest with you. I'm trying to paint my way out of debt. I am really lucky that when I am wanted, I can command a big buck. And I know I can make a lot of money really quickly compared to a lot of people. But also, my life is not easy or cushy. My life is expensive. My income is not big anymore because I am semi-retired, okay? Saying that, right? Could not get through without the old Social Security once a month. Could not do it. And these paintings like this, I need to do a couple of them a month to be able to keep my lights on and things like other people. Now, here's the thing about it. So listen, if you have an idea and you've been thinking about it for a while, honestly, if you've been thinking, okay, Sammy Beam can really just do, and I have access to him as a person, and it costs real money because what he does is just as important as a plumber or a bricklayer or a mechanic to someone to whom art is important and heart and sentiment, and they're just different people. I get it. I could not afford to have a portrait done myself. That's why I don't have any, I don't know. I could never commission any of my friends to do anything for me. In fact, I'm tap dancing so hard because these days I can't even just like barter, because I'm like painting as fast and hard as I can, but still, I think I'm keeping my standards real high, because the one thing I'm committed to is not leaving any messes when I'm gone, and I want to make sure that my work holds up in its dignity and its craftsmanship to the end of my life. That's what I want. I don't want anybody to say, like my friend Lonnie said, God, you can really tell he was sick there at the end, because he was just like kind of just putting a potato print of a dog paw on it and signing it and expecting $50. No, it's not like that. The quality of my work continues to improve. I think, it's all relative, right? It's just all. But I think that I am not going to stop concentrating, and I am not an old dog. I've learned some new tricks with my work. Makes me very happy. I'm learning to work smarter and keeping it pretty too. But here's the number one thing. When you paint for someone, you have to listen to what they want. Now, that's just the way it is. You can't just go, well, I'm sorry, darling. Your daughter is an ugly girl. I could not make her pretty. No. That's not what you do. Here's another thing too, is in relation to, I have a lot of friends who are like what I would consider like really snooty studio artists. I don't mean they're snooty. We love each other. I love them. They love me. I think their work is grand. But I am more of a, what is it called? A journeyman. I'm more of a journeyman. You know what? You're not going to see big shows of my work unless I die and somebody gets a bunch of them together. Because I make a living with it. Because that's what I have to do. And I so respect and love the artists who are in their studios every day just cranking out what they want and love and hope someone will buy. And I wish I could buy some of them. Because some of my friends blow my ass out of the water with their talent. I'm not going to tell them who they are because I tell them all the time. You know what? If my friends have talent, I'm going to tell them because I love talent. I just love it. And I can't just... There are artists, and this is okay, because just can't. It's just a mechanism in your head that will not allow them to even compliment another artist. They have to pick it apart. Now, I hope I've not been this way with other artists. I really, really hope that I haven't, but we need to encourage each other. And there is no piece of art that I think is beneath me to look at and give an opinion on. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you one of my favorite pieces ever. It's on the wall of my studio. Okay, that's Granny and Papa. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. You come here. Okay, this absolutely floors me. This is a young man now, but his name is Nico Tirolio. Is it Tirolo or Tirolio? Because I like both. Anyway, he is one of my dearest friends, grandsons. His mama's one of my dear friends too. And I don't know why, but he is okay. He did this one. He was a little whippersnapper. This is a portrait he did of me. The first sketch I ever saw this kid do, I was like, this child's mind is beyond brilliant. I don't think I could have cranked anything like this out. I think he might have been 5 when he sent me this. I keep it in plastic. I don't want it hurt, and it's on my studio. And let me see. Wow, you never fail to... Okay, this is a letter from Lauren, his mama. Just so dear. And God, her letters are so beautifully constructed. Ugh, what a wonderful family that I am so lucky to know. Anyway, I just want to break this down a little bit. Nico, he gave me my glasses, and look, they go around my ears, and then he's trying to decide on the tie, because he's seen me in a bow tie, and he has seen me in a regular, like tie. Anyway, I have other of his works, but this one's really good, and I don't frame anything, but this to be matted and framed and hung in a house of my dreams. Okay. Now, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I want to show you, because y'all are like, oh, show me your work, show me your work. I showed you a progress pic. Okay. So my friend Lonnie and I, we have done these portraits, and I like to call them, let's see, what did I call them? They're like, forensic, in that we go back and discuss it and pick everything apart and figure it out. Like in this one, he went back and he found out that his grandparents were wed on a glorious February day. It's in the 20s. I'm not as good with numbers as I am with visual details, and I also know fashion and stuff. The only 2 pictures that we have to work with are these headshots. Papa. This is Papa. Isn't he charming? He's on a telephone. And look. Sweet little demure Lila Bell Curtis. That is Granny to some of my sweetest friends and family. Another Granny to my family. Not my Granny, but we call her Granny because my friends call her Granny. Anyway, so what I have done here is we knew that she did not wear a veil and a white dress and carry a big bouquet. I feel that in February in Kentucky, flowers might be a little scarce. I don't know if they managed to get some roses for Valentine's Day or what. But in honor of a wedding and in honor of Kentucky, I've chosen to do red roses on a deep, like horse farm green frame, a trompe l'oeil frame, matte, whatever you call it. I usually surround my paintings with something. It's not really a gimmick. It just feels unfinished until I do it. And also, look, I'm not a snob about this stuff. I know that like 60, 70, 80% of the paintings I sell, I don't sell them in, sometimes I sell them in frames, but rarely. So I do this because I know people aren't gonna, they're not gonna have them framed. It's hard enough to get people to buy your artwork, let alone say, now take it to the framer and pay $600 to $800 and get a little frame put on that. So I do it like this and they can hang it there and they're not really big enough to warp and mess up or anything. And I don't know, just trying to get by and trying to make people happy. So, Granny and Papa were married in February sometime in the 1920s. I have outfitted them perfectly for the period because I am a bit of a fashion obsession person, fashion history person. I kinda know from looking and reading and being obsessed by it what people wore when they wore it, right? So anyway, the only fashion information that we had is that Granny's dress was green. And they said she was married in it. This is the green dress. So all we have is the neckline, and I am forensically adding her dress and her coat and her hat, because it's February, even if it was beautiful, they would have been dressed warmly here. I'm not putting Papa's hat on his head, because I never saw him in a hat. Well, I didn't see her either, but a bride wore a hat, okay? And it's wintertime. Anyway, they're standing on the front porch of her mother's house, and this right here is the gingerbread bracket on the post. There were 3 of these on the house across the front. So they're here, and then this just kind of symbolizes beautiful sunset Kentucky. Whatever. Anyway, I'm liking it. I'm loving it. I'm getting down on it and having fun. And you know, here's the thing. I could do this for you too. I'll talk to you later because my friend Lonnie's calling me, probably to tell me I done it wrong. Bye.